Are you ready for some topwater bassin? Stick around. Hey folks, Keith here at Chicken Thigh Fishing. Welcome aboard. It's that time again. It's nighttime. It's the right time. I'm ready to get after it tonight. It was a hot day. Brutal winds. 20, 30 mile an hour winds most of the day. Still got a good breeze, but it's trending downward. And feels like it might be a good night. I can't pull an all-nighter tonight. So I'm just coming out for a short one for 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on what happens. And we're gonna see what we can make happen. The reason I chose this pond tonight was because it kind of sits in a hole, like a valley. And so I was hoping that would afford more protection from the brutal wind that's been going on. And so far so good, with a combination of the wind trending downward and the protection I have from the tree lines is set up higher. Feels pretty good right now. Now, I don't mind a little bit of breeze, but I can do without gale force winds while I'm trying to fish at night, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this also happens to be the pond where Brian and I did a recent video called In the Shadows on our Digging Up Donkeys video series. And in that video, I told you we were gonna come back here at night. Well, here I am. Brian's up in Maine fishing. So I'm here. We're gonna make it happen. First, we gotta find the fish. There's a small pond. It's only about 60 acres. It's got some hogs in it. Yes, sir. That is a frogfish. All right. Boom. He didn't miss that frog now, did he? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna crash. Hog. Hog. All right, that oinker came on my Super NATO frog from Molix in the python pattern, and it's got this really nice pattern on it, but bottom's white. So oh, he just destroyed that in some pads. I mean, I'm sitting in 4 feet of water, I'm throwing into 2 feet of water, with pads. Man, that is cool. Oh, that never gets old. We're gonna see if there's some more of those over there. All right, let's see if there's some more out there. Oh, there's another fatso. Looks like a frog night. Awesome. So I'm sitting, my boat's in 2.5 feet of water right now. I'm about 200 feet from a road, and there's a big expanse of pads here. And those two oinkers just came from in a very, near each other in this area. So I'm gonna pick this apart with a frog. I came down the pond and I used the big three. I used the chatterbait, I used the spinnerbait, and I used the topwater. In this case, I used a pompadour in the open water. I hit some islands, and I didn't really invest in any certain area. I just wanted to kind of poke around to see where I got a hit and how. And two massive frog hits that did not miss, and two fat fish. So I just parked myself right here in 2 feet of water, and I'm gonna cast till I catch another one. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos where I talk about the frogs I use, everybody uses what works for them, and everybody's got their favorite. There's 100 different kind of frogs you can buy. I just prefer these Super NATO frogs from Mollucks because they have these legs, and so you can just pop it, let it sit, and pop it. But then when you drag it across the water in a continuous action, these legs flutter and they make a great noise. And I've just got so many massive blow-ups on these when they're running through the water. And like that second fish we got, the first fish hit it when it was kind of sitting, and when I popped it a couple times and just moved it and let it sit. That second fish hit it when I was running it over the pads, and I was on my way retrieving it in, and he just blasted it, followed it, and crushed it. So, and you can buy replacement legs, And what I do on this particular lure, on these super NATO frogs, is there's a couple of little wires that you stick the legs on, and there's a screw, and so you screw them on and stick them on those two wires. But when I get these, as soon as I get them out of the box, I glue them as well. I put glue there so they last even longer, and they last a long time. But I mean, after a whole bunch of big fish beating it up, you lose the legs, and but you can buy replacement legs for whatever pattern frog you buy, and so that's a good thing. But anyway, I like these. You can pop them, you let them sit, you can run them across open water, and they make all kinds of racket, almost like a buzz bait. And you know, they leave that trail behind them, and fish just come up and destroy these. And so I like these an awful lot. So as far as the gear goes I use for frogging, almost always my frog rod is a Dobbin 735C mag heavy, 7'3", and I just love this rod. It's got a lot of backbone, and you can horse those oinkers out of the garbage when they want to dig down in there. It's got a lot of power behind it. I like the handle, and on this particular one, I have a Pro Max tonight, an Abogaccia Pro Max, but I typically use a Revo X. I just have it taken apart right now, so I put this on there, and I usually use 65-pound braid, lunker braid from Pisca Fun is what I like. I use the Onyx Black, and that's the setup I typically use for my frogs. So there you go. All right, that's it. I can't stay out all night because I have a commitment tomorrow. So we came out, we did a little top water. I threw a chatterbait and a spinnerbait when I was going between locations. Didn't get anything on them. The two fish we got and the other hits we got were all in 2 feet of water in pads on the outside edge of pads. And that's what we got tonight. But I'll tell you what, sometimes you can only catch 2 fish, and it's really cool. Those are some good fish. Let's get them out of the box. All right, there we go. Whoa, double fisting the fatties. Yes, sir. Those are a couple of good looking fish. Nice frog fishing. They destroyed that frog. Hey, I hope you had a good time. I know I did. We'll see you next time. And until then, stay fishing, my friends. Yeah.